This is the Bitcoin Globe, day 1275. I just cut out my last video because I had a phone call, all right? Okay, and it was total scam in my opinion. I wish I would have kept recording for you guys. That's what should have happened. But it's a little bit weird when you're getting an outside call, and this is an example of one, I guess, because he was from definitely an Indian accent. He's saying I qualify for grants as long as I show interest and continue my education. He's not trying to sell me anything. I don't have to give any information, blah, 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 blah. And he said he's going to connect me with an agent from the U.S. Treasury. And I just wanted to know, like simply, I asked, the question, how do I know you're actually from the U.S. Treasury? How do I actually know this? He's like, well, I'll provide you with a batch number. And I said, okay, that's great. What is the batch number? And he started to read me a bunch of numbers, right? And I was like, hold on a second. I just want to know what a batch number is. What is a batch number? What do I do with a batch number? What does that prove? A batch? You're going to give me a batch number? What the fuck is a batch number? And essentially, this kept going on where I say, what is a batch number? And he'd start reading me the numbers. I was like, hold on. That's great. I understand that you're trying to get me to write this down because that's what they do. They try to get you to do stuff for them. Write something down. That's how it all begins. Just do this for me, and you'll get this, right? So, obviously I don't have anything to write it down. I thought about what was actually going on. I was like, what? Well, I just want to know what a batch number is. What am I going to Google that with your batch number? And that proves that maybe it will. Maybe it will prove that you're in the U.S. Treasury. But he didn't like that. And, repeated. He said, oh, I don't have time for this. Fuck you, buddy. He didn't say buddy. I said goodbye, buddy. Because, obviously he's just trying to fill a quota and make some money, right? He's got to get some information. But anyways, back to Bitcoin. Sorry for the interlude. We previously read a bit of Gilgamesh, and we were talking about the Satoshi white paper, which I need to start linking that in every video, and that's something I'm going to do, is start linking the Satoshi white paper in every video, because it's something that everybody should read. Everybody. It should be studied in schools. Your students should be reading the Satoshi white paper. It's not that complex. Maybe from year 9 up, the Satoshi 9 white paper should be read, and we should begin teaching and educating people not just on Bitcoin, but on financial instruments. I never got that when I was a kid. I never got that in high school. You're just born into the system, and you go to school, and there's the person in front of you giving you information that has never been useful in my life. Nothing I've learned in high school, as far as like the content they're giving me, has been useful. None of it. Now the social experiences and the athletic experiences and all these are great. The experience itself is great, but the content hasn't been useful. And so that's what I think the evolution of education is going to be, is the content that is provided, and the content that's provided can be personalized. In Malaysia, we had a student-centered style of teaching. And so that's what I've developed, is a student style teaching, where the students are teaching me as much as I'm sharing with them. It's a different sort of education. It's a peer-to-peer education. And I had taught them about Bitcoin, and we learned about Bitcoin, and I gave them some Bitcoin, and some of them lost it, some of them gambled it away. Like they figured it out really quickly, and I learned from all them what they were doing, right? And paid attention to them. That's student-centered learning, giving them attention and trying to figure out what they're doing and learning from them. It's like, wow, we all learned about Bitcoin together, and look where it is now. It's still going. And my intention of even giving them to them was a store of value. That's what it was for me then. What I understood about Bitcoin was a store of value, and I wanted to give them the store of value, so that when it came time for them to go to university, they could use that store of value to trade that for their education. And hopefully universities are more student learning, where it's more of a social thing, where you're going to these nice places and meeting all these people that are on the same wavelength as you, and you can develop and create a better world together. That's the idea behind it, is a store of value. I'd like it be a store of value for you, where it helps you to achieve financial freedom and affluence, and to create new forms of wealth that you can use to accelerate the improvement of the world, and to create better technologies, and to make your life better. We're here on this planet spinning around the sun. Let's make it better. Let's make it an experience that's worth remembering. And Bitcoin is the technology and the tool that can help us to do that, in my opinion. There may be a better tool. I haven't found it yet. I'll let you know if I do find it. Right now it's Bitcoin. Talking about Bitcoin, only Bitcoin. That's what we're doing here. This is day 1275. We're counting the days down into the next Bitcoin halving. The price on BTC China is nearly 7,000. We're going to round up 4,000 CNY to USD, which is 1,064 bucks. Okay, so that's great. And then we have Unicoin, which is nearly 73,000 Indian rupees. It's interesting how the Indian rupees seem to correlate with the CNY. So it's like 73,000 Indian rupees to USD is 73,000 Indian rupees. Oh wait, okay, hold on, guys. Forgive me for that. 74,000 Indian rupees. Right? No, it was 73,000. Oh my god. 73,000. Okay, which is $1,071. So India is still in first place, guys and gals. Anyone that's watching this video, the Indian rupees right now. 73,000 Indian rupees is on Unicoin, and that's equal to $1,071. So India is winning. The price of Bitcoin in India is the highest value right now in terms of USD. In China, it's close second, and US is third place. We're falling behind. We need to catch up, guys. We're targeted on New Year's. I'm going to try to convert some of my fiat into Bitcoin to help out the US exchanges, to help out Coinbase. That's it for this video, guys. I would like for you to do the same, obviously, but that's not financial advice, and this is just an experiment. And it's up to you whether or not you want to experiment with this new technology. If you do, educate yourself on it. That's what these videos are. That's what Andreas Antonopoulos, his videos are for. All of these videos are to educate you and to help create a better system, right? It's still developing. It's early days. I think we're 8 years in now. That's it. Like this video, share this video, comment on this video. Let's learn about Bitcoin together, guys. Great day. Happy 2017.